Yeah, I moved to America with Tommy at 17. Was there 3 years. And I was, 21, 22 when I was working for Monster.
Mad early career, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, you just think, honestly, there's so many stories of me and Tommy in America. Like, we had zero
You
clue.
can't say, probably.
We didn't have a clue about anything. Like, he moved to America. I was with him. And then there's just 2 young lads living in this house that have no idea about gas, electric, water bills,
cleaning.
cooking, nothing. And we'd just be like, I remember one day we came back from the track and the gas wouldn't work. And we're like, well, why is the gas not working? It's because he hadn't set up a direct debit. So they'd come and turn the gas off in the house. And we're like, all right, like, what do we do now then? Like, it was lawless. There was no parents. Like, his parents didn't come out there. He was managed by WMG, the Bosman Media Group. And he had a manager that like sort of helped him, but we were
just left to your own thing.
They literally, he bought a house, got a set of keys to a truck, and then that was us.
Travelling around everywhere.
Gone. First day I got there, the very, very first day, he picked me up from the airport. He says, come on, we're going to Milestone. Never met any of his team or anything like that. We'd been at Milestone, 30 minutes. Big over the bars, punctured his lung, sparkoed himself to the point where needed an ambulance to take him to the hospital. And I'm there, 17 years old, never driven in America, no driving license, don't know where I am, don't know where I'm going. iPhones weren't really a thing with maps and any of that. And they're like, you got to follow that ambulance to the hospital. I'm like, fucking hell, all right. So I followed the ambulance to the hospital in this car, like wondering what on earth's going on.
Good job it's an auto.
Yeah. And then I was like, like, I'm here now, sorted, like, that'll be all right. And then they went, oh, no, you can't stay. I was like, well, what do you mean you can't stay? I'm like, no, you're going to have to, you can't stay in with him. So he then tries to give me an address to a house that I've never been to. I don't even know where it is. I'm with his mechanic that I've just met, and his mechanic's like, oh, it's 45 minutes that way. I'm like, fucking hell, like, you're joking, right? Yeah? So I followed, his name was Preston. I followed Preston home. He's like, when I wave out the window on this exit, like, take that exit, and then you go left, right, left. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, honestly, it was the Wild West. I made it back, and then I had to go and pick him back up from the airport the next day.
With no damage?
No damage. I just gave Tommy the keys. He was probably concussed and still couldn't drive and punctured lung and all that. And I just says, you got to drive home because I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing.
I'm guessing teams and everything sorted his insurance and that for riding out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so.
Must have.
He was bailed up with it because I remember him asking him to sign something like literally he was lying flat on his back, holding his pen up, trying to write before they'd even touch him. But,
I remember that.
But yeah, I don't really know much about any of that sort of stuff.
No.
We were just so young and yeah, just like properly thrown in at the deep end. It's mad, really.
Look at that.
Oh, good crack that. That was a Red Bull event. That was a funny night, that. Really funny night.
Look at Tommy's hair.
Yeah.
Full locks, yeah.
So
I'm only jealous.
So Kelvin in the middle, obviously some people will recognise and some people won't. He's played Andy Sugden on Emmerdale, and he was good friends with Jamie Dobb at the time. I think he still is now. And he come to America to ride. He's like, oh, Tommy knew him. We'd all met him before, and he's like, I'm going to come to America. It's like, all right, sound. Turns out, landed in LA, turns up at Tommy's house in a Mustang, roof down, like
Full American experience.
Drives, bangs it on the drive at Tommy's house. Me and Tommy are obviously far too young. Kelvin's old enough. Bought himself a case of beers, and he sat on a lilo the first day in Tommy's house, floating around drinking beers, going, yeah, this is the life. Anyway, bright red, sunburnt like a lobster. You've never seen anything like it in your life.
I just read that last comment. I was guessing that's what it was. Suggers ain't scared of a tan.
Yeah, he was so burnt. Then the next day, Tommy was sponsored by Red Bull at the time, and there was this thing called a Red Bull Toasted Party, which was like I can't remember what it was to do with. I think it was something to do with Pastrana of some description. I sound like a knob for name dropping all this shit, but this is generally what happened. So we went to this party, me and Tommy, too young to drink, can't do anything. Kelvin came, but everyone in the UK knows him as Andy. Out there, no one knew him, and he's like, this is a breath of fresh air for me. I can walk down the street, I can, just be who I am without having to stop for a photo. Like, he was loving it. Anyway, after this party, there was like an after party thing at a hotel with a swimming pool outside. He got hammered again and was jumping in and out of the swimming pool and that. And there's like every Supercross rider you could ever imagine from that era, like Chad Reed, all at this party. And they're all going, who is that guy? And he was just having the time of his life.
And no one knew who he was.
No one knew who he was. Jumped in the swimming pool, soaking wet. Then he took his T-shirt off when he got out and was so red. And everyone's going, wow.
He's English.
Yeah, he is so English. But it was mega.
He used to ride quite a lot, didn't he?
Yeah, he
I
was
used
good.
to go into the old Fat Cats all the time and seeing him. He used to have a van with Monster logos on that.
Yeah, he came a fair bit. He was he stayed there for like 3 weeks and come riding with us and had a bike and that. He had a mega time.
I messaged him not long ago to see if we can get him on the higher bikes, but
He's too
he
busy
did
being
arena
a farmer.
cross, didn't he?
Yeah, he did that. I think, he was asking me about 2 years ago about getting a full track built at his place. Yeah. So I don't know
He's got
whether...
a big old farm, innit?
Yeah, he loves it. I think he was into
Get
quads and
Justin
all
and
that.
Alfie in.
Like this one.
Oof.
What's
Who
that?
is that?
That's Tommy on the top.
He's going to hate this podcast. That was our first night in Vegas with fake IDs.
I love how they put a telephone next to the toilet.
Yeah. You can't really see in that picture, but
Dean's comment.
he was halfway through a pizza at the same time, trying to sober himself up.
Coming out of both ends.
That was a good crack. That funny.
Is this your Instagram or
Yeah,
Tommy's?
it's mine. Are awful Instagram.
You're going to come over.
Yeah, I'm gonna
delete
clear all
all
this.
3 of these.
Michael Carter.
Did you stay with him?
Yeah, so Mike Carter, he was running CMH, California Motocross Holidays. I spent every day with him, literally. Like, we'd go to the track, Tommy would do his moto, we'd literally ring him and say, what track are you taking your punters to today? Me and him would just sit there, take the piss out of everyone. I'd walk around, drink all the water out the cooler and that. And then I spent, literally every day with him. He'd come cycling with us. I spent a lot of time with him. And then he used to come with us. Well, no, I think he did come to some of the nationals, but not a lot. It depended on which ones he was taking, if he had customers and stuff. But his customers used to come in January Supercross time. So in the outdoor nationals, he was quite free. And then we ended up just not going to the nationals at one point. Like, Tommy would go fly away and go to these races, and me and Mick would spend all day trying to backflip BMXs into Tommy's swimming pool and getting oil and dirt and ruin BMX bearings, but absolute whale of a time.
He's over in Florida now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's setting up again, FMH.
Oh, is he?
Think so.
Oh, cool.
We wanted a free shout out in our podcast.
Well, he's got one now. Sorry, mate, we haven't got many followers.
Nah, he's a good chap.
When you came back, did you not want to go back and stay out there, or did you start something when you come back and that was it?
No,
Stay
I
here?
didn't. I like it, and I like the fact that I've been and I've done it and tried it. America's a cool place, but it's not somewhere now I would want to live, and at the time then wasn't really a place I would want to have lived, and there was nothing really there for me other than like hanging out with Tommy and working a bit. Like, we had friends out there as such, but I was young. I was 20. Like, to just go and then say, well, I live here now. And one of the main reasons I came back, my dad was real sick, so I was like, I don't want to be away from home as much. Like, I don't want to be so far away from from the family and that. And then, I came back and I was like, I'm happy I've done it. Me and Tommy both say it now, like, what a cool experience, but I'm glad we're not, like, he didn't, like, finish his career there or he's stuck there as such. So,